Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be making a pre-market outlook on pairs I normally trade on. So I'll be making outlook on DXY, GBPUSD, EURUSD, AUDUSD, NZDUSD, and lastly, USDJPY. Okay, so in case you're new to this YouTube channel, okay, this is your first time watching this video, okay, so do well to subscribe, like, and share. In this channel, I do share out my trading tips. I share out how I trade using ICT concepts and how you can also use the same strategy to build your trading career. Okay, so I also make weekly outlook, pre-market outlook, and also trading advice that can actually help you in your trading career. Okay, so guys, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and also turn on that bell notification so you can actually get more of my videos. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this is DXY on the weekly. You could see price doing what, selling off. Okay, now weekly we had this fair value gap, price actually what rejected. Now this rejection, where is price coming into or coming to our next drawn liquidity, which is this sell side liquidity. Okay, so price got here into this fair value gap, rejected, swept this previous candle, this previous week high, then rejected. So this week I'll be looking at more drops from DXY to sell side liquidity. Okay, so on the daily, what do we have? On the daily, it's actually clear. So daily, we also have a daily fair value gap in alignment with this breaker. You can see how price did what sold. If you zoom in, you're going to see this fair value gap right here. Okay, so price, which was Thursday, swept Wednesday's high. Okay, and tapped into this fair value gap. And we could see how price sold down. Okay, remember this will be our sell side liquidity. So we have this here, first sell side liquidity and another sell side liquidity, which is the low of the week. Okay, so now let's go on to the forward time frame and everything will become clear to you. Okay, so let me just okay, so this is it. Social liquidity. Okay, two targets, and you could see the breaker plus sweep inside where our daily fair value gap. Okay, and you can see how price started what rejecting. Now, if you scale down to the 1 hour time frame, all right, so this is what you will see. Now, the moment price traded above, which was on Thursday, price did what? Started dropping. Now we have this fair value gap that was what mitigated. You could see how price did what? Reacted from it. Okay, price dropped all the way lower. So, well, I'll be looking at more sales from this guy. Probably more like price coming into this one right here. Okay, for more what? Because this right here is our what? An order block. Okay, so we probably want to see price come in here. Okay, or probably any place closer. Let's see what the 4 hours is giving us. Okay. All right, so this right here is also a breaker, so we could also use that. Okay, right, close below it, you could see how aligned it is. Okay, so 1 hour we have a breaker that is in alignment with what? An order block. Okay, so we could have something like this on DXY, right? It's coming into this point right here and then selling all the way down to our target. Okay, so you just want to be patient to see what price actually does. Okay, remember when you're trading ICT concepts, when there is no liquidity, there is no trade, and you actually want to align your trades with what kill zones, because I mostly use the London and the New York sections. Okay, so if you would like to watch more of my videos where I actually use ICT concept using kill zones, check my previous videos. Okay, and you actually enjoy it. Okay, so that's that for DXY. I'm actually bearish on DXY. Remember, trade what the market is giving you. Don't just become fixated on your buyers. One of the things I learned is don't be too quick to change your buyers unless you have given the market enough time and the market has proven you wrong. That is the only way you could what change your buyers. Okay, so let's move over to let's look at EURUSD. Okay, I think EURUSD should be clean. Sorry. Okay, so this is EURUSD on the monthly time frame. Okay, we had what a major sweep of this liquidity, and we have this high right here. We have this high right here. And what happened? Price came, swept it. Where was the high that led to this low that was swept? This. So automatically this becomes what? Our drawn liquidity. So we have this right here. Okay. Now if you zoom, you'll see how price is reacting. We had a sweep. This right here was just basically accumulation. Okay. So we had a sweep of this accumulation, which is also our sell-side liquidity, into where our monthly what fair value gap, and you could see the expansion price closed above this high right here, indicating that we are about to what to go more higher. So we had accumulation. This right here is what manipulation, and then distribution. Okay, so the distribution will continue. That's exactly what I'm looking on EURUSD. I'm more bullish on this. So let's see the weekly. On the weekly, we had a good price. Okay, you could see how price is respecting this fair value gap rejection to the upside. Price closing above. Now we had what? Look carefully. This right here is our weekly what fair value gap, and we could see how price did what? Traded into it and then what? Expanded. Don't forget the alignment is both on this breaker. Okay, automatically when market breaks a high, it automatically becomes what? A breaker. So price closed above this this becomes a breaker, and then we have what? A fair value gap. Okay, so now on the daily, let's see what the daily offers. Okay, so on the daily, you could see this fair value gap right here. Okay, and then this high actually becomes what? Breaker. Everything in alignment. Okay, and now you could see how price starts doing what? Trading above. Okay, so not really much on the 4 hours time frame, on the 1 day time frame, sorry. Okay, so on the 4 hours time frame, this is where things get interesting. Okay, so this is the weekly fair value gap. Okay, so let me just shift this here so our chart looks clean. Okay, now on the 4 hours time frame, inside the weekly fair value gap, we had what? This. Okay, which automatically becomes what? A sell side that was taken out. So a sell side, then market did what? Started trading higher. Okay, now what else can we see? When price traded above this high right here, you could see how price respected this fair value gap, and price traded above and then came into this fair value gap right here, if you could see, into this fair value gap and rejected. I was expecting or waiting for price to close above this high before I could engage in any buys, because USD price action last week was, although good, yeah, but it was kind of like hectic, so I needed more confirmations, and our price has already broken above this high. And what do we have? This 4 hours fair value gap again. We could see our price did what? Traded into it. At first rejected, swept the liquidity above, then what? Filled this fair value gap and expanded, breaking above this high. Okay, so basically what I want to see is for price to trade back into this. Okay, price to come back to this point right here, and my focus will be on where? Our buy side liquidity. Okay, so because basically that's where we would actually want to do what to target. Okay, so it's actually so clean. Yeah, it's clean. So let's go back to the 4 hours time frame so you see what I'm actually talking about. So yeah, this is it. So this is the whole. So I just want to see price doing what? Come back into this range right here, into this breaker. This eye that was broken, just wanted to see price go into it, then what? Then all my targets will be on this buy side liquidity. Okay, so that's your USD on the 4 hours time frame. I'm actually bullish. So let's check out on GBPUSD. So let me just hide this. Okay, so let's start from the monthly. Let's see if we have anything there. The monthly time frame. Okay, super clean. So overall, we have this high right here. This low got what? Liquidated. And where was the high that actually led to this low? Over here. Okay, so we have a buy side liquidity over here that generated this low. We have a push price failed to take out this high right here, and then swept this one right here. Now you could see how price has been what? Trading higher. Okay, this right here, monthly fair value gap price respectively traded above. You could see a major sweep over here. Let me zoom. Major sweep over here inside a key level, and price it was traded above, breaking where this high. Okay, so on the weekly, let's see what we have. Okay, so in other words, we have two buy sides. Okay, first this high right here and this high right here. Of course, when it comes to buy side liquidity on the higher time frame, market will not just get there overnight. Okay, to take time, and that is why we have to do what? To target internal structures. Okay, so at the moment price broke above this high right here. You could see first of all this fair value gap got what? Inverse, and now price broke above this high right here. Before breaking that high, you could see what price did here. Okay, observe carefully. Fill this fair value gap. This low right here, okay, served as what? A sell-side liquidity on the lower time frame. Okay, price came into it, swept the liquidity on the lower time frame, tapped the fair value gap, and then what? Expanded. This right here is our what? Is our key point for us to deliberate on. Remember, this high here got what? Broken. This high. Okay, so let's see the daily time frame. Let's see what we have. Okay, guys, don't forget, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to this video, like this video, and also share this video. Okay, so this eye right here got broken. Okay, indicating that price is about to do what? To go all the way higher. Okay, look how clean it was. And on the daily, we have what? This fair value gap right here. Okay, we have this fair value gap right here. Let me just, okay, so you all can see. So this is the weekly fair value gap. So let me just, yeah, this will be okay. But this is daily, okay? So price tapped into, you could see the rejection, how price did what? Rejected off from it. And after the rejection, price did what? Traded above. Okay, so now that price has traded above this breaker right here. Okay, this BOH actually means break of high. Okay, now what are we expecting on the 4-hour time frame? Let's see what we have there. Let's see. Okay, so what can you see right here? This fair value gap. Okay, that hasn't been what? Mitigated. And what else? This high right here that was taken out, not really taken out, broken above. The automatic breakup becomes what? It actually becomes a breaker. Okay, so a breaker in alignment with what? A fair value gap. So now I have my buy side liquidity. So this is how the chart looks like. Okay, so I can just go over to the daily time frame. Let's see a high or a buy side liquidity that is actually close by. Okay, so this right here will be what? An area of focus. First, we actually want to take them. So everything you see right here are what? All liquidities. But remember, it will be what? From internal to external. Market cannot just get to external range liquidity. Okay, it will be from internal liquidity that market gets to the external. Okay, so we'll focus on this high, then this high, this high, this high, and then to where? This particular high right here. Remember, you actually want to trade what the market is giving you, not what you think will happen. Okay, so let me just type this to buy sell liquidity. Okay, so let me put this above the top. Okay, so let's go back now to 24 hours time frame. Let's see. So my whole anticipation would be for price to go all the way, probably here, taking out liquidity and then moving to the upside right here. I will know how I can actually focus on more opportunities by being what? By being patient. Okay, so that's that for GBPUSD. Now let's head over to AUDUSD. Okay. Sorry, let me just write this. Okay. So this is AUDUSD. Let's start from. So on AUDUSD on the monthly time frame, what do we have right here? Clean price action. Price swept this low right here. But main focus will be on this sales liquidity here that was what swept. Okay. Now where is actually the high that led to this low? Okay. So this here, okay, price went all the way higher than low. Okay, taking out this sell side liquidity. Okay, what will be our main focus? First, this buy side liquidity over here, and then this zone over here. Okay, so now on the weekly time frame, what do we have right here? First, on the monthly, we had what price inversing this fair value gap. Okay, so this right here will be our bearish fair value gap. Okay, you can see the way price traded above strongly, indicating a bullish momentum. Okay, remember I focus on the this buy side liquidity first, and then to this buy side liquidity. Okay, those are what a good range for us. Now we have a range, we have a bias. Now let's see how we can actually frame this up. Okay, now on the weekly, okay, we have this low, social liquidity taken out. Okay, and then you can see price traded above the high that actually led to this low right here, indicating a what a shift, a change instead of delivery. So on the daily time frame, what do we have there? Okay, so automatically we have what our buy side liquidity. Okay, that will be our what external range liquidity. Okay, so you can see the way price has been what's going all the way higher, and well, no, not really much on the daily. Now let's check the 4 hours time frame. Okay, so let me just show us my bias. Okay, so on the daily, on the 4 hours time frame. Okay, so this here is the daily high that was what's traded above. It automatically becomes what a breaker, and this was the 4 hours fair value gap that was what inversed. You can see our price have been what rejecting off from this zone right here, and probably catching out or stopping out a lot of buyers who were not patient to wait enough for this high right here or for this fair value gap to be what to be inverse. Okay, so the moment price did that, but before then you could see something interesting inside our what our monthly fair value gap. Don't forget we had a what a sell side liquidity sweep and price traded above. You could see when price came all the way, we had a what a bullish fair value gap right here. Okay, and you can see how price rejected from it. Price came into this other block right here, and then move to the upside. Okay, so we have our buy sell liquidity. So what we're basically going to do is, well, price may not literally come all the way into this inversion, but I actually want to see what price coming in right here or anywhere lower, okay, and then trading above. Okay, I don't think we have anything much on the 1 hour time. I really don't want to like go into that. Okay, but if you could see, we have what first the fair value gap right here and another fair value gap. This fair value gap will be ideal because why it aligns with our daily breaker. Okay, and it's also in alignment with what this inversion, if you could see here. So I would actually want price to come all the way down here and then do what start going higher. We're probably waiting for this high to be taken out. Remember, be patient, trade what the market gives you, and what execute based on your plans. Okay, so guys, that's it for AUD USD. Now let's go over to NZD USD. Let's see beautiful clean price action NZD actually gives us. Okay, I think this month or this week rather, sorry, this previous week, NZD USD was very good. Like, I mean, the price action was top notch. Okay, now let's see what we have on NZD USD. First, we have what this low was what taken out. You could see the sweep, and where was the high that actually led to this low right here. So this right here becomes a what a buy side liquidity for us. That will be our what external range liquidity. Okay, we could see this bearish value gap right here on the monthly got what inverse. So there is a minus sweep right here. Okay, inversion of this value gap and what expansion. Remember, there is a what a fair value gap right here. Remember, on your higher time frame, you don't want to neglect fair value gaps. Those are key levels that will actually do what do some major moves, okay, or cause some kind of things in the market, okay, price actions, okay. So we actually don't want to neglect this fair value gap, right? This bearish fair value gap, okay. So on the weekly, what do we have? What do we have on the weekly? Okay, so remember, this is a sweep price traded above. We have a change instead of delivery, and price did what came into this weekly what break fair value gap. You could see price swept this low right here and then did what traded above. You could see this high right here was what was being broken. Price traded above it. So this could be a good framework that we're about to do what to go all the way higher. Okay, now the daily. Let's see what we have on the daily. Let's see. Okay, so on the daily, price traded into this daily fair value gap in alignment to this breaker right here, and you can see the way price did what expanded, closing above this. Okay, so let me just add this. Okay, so this zone right here is our what an order block. You could see our price did what closed above it. This is actually a good move. Okay, remember right here is what the monthly fair value gap, okay, that you don't want to neglect. Okay, so I'm looking for price to trade into the 50% or probably the 61.8% mark, and then probably see some reaction from there. Okay, so let me just delete this since we have this daily what fair value gap. Okay, so now let's move down to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, what do we have over? Okay, let me delete this. That was a weekly high. Okay, so guys, let me just delete this so it looks clean. All right, so we have what do we have? Remember, price traded above, breaking this zone right here. You could see. Okay, so we have a break right here. So for my own anticipations, well, I actually want to see price doing what? Coming into this zone right here and then trade above. Okay, into probably the 50% mark or thereabouts. Okay, so this is NZD USD on the 4 hours time frame. Guys, you actually want to do what? To be patient for your setup to do what? To form. Okay, price might as well come into this zone. Well, let's see if probably it will. If it doesn't, we'll find a way to go on to the 1 hour time frame or anyhow the market gets in, or probably the market might start reacting from where this 1 hour fair value gap right here. But whatever it is, well guys, we actually want to be what? Patient. Okay, but this will be nice for price to come into this fair value gap right here. But if you see, this here is what is sell liquidity. Okay, the price would likely would want to what take out, but this right here is still the 4 hours fair value gap. Okay, so that's that for NZDUSD. Guys, I know with time I'm going to improve on my video performance. Okay, but if you're actually new to this video or you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Click that button right now. Make sure you subscribe to encourage me to make more videos and turn on the bell notification to receive more updates on time when I post any videos. Okay, this is how I actually use the ICT 2022 model to frame my buyers from the higher time frame to the what to the lower time frame. And guys, it's really accurate, and it actually requires you to be what to be patient. This itself is a what a trading hedge that I've been using for a while, and it works. It works, guys. So if you are interested in knowing a lot about ICT concept and how I use my I use simple logic to trade with these buyers. I have tons of videos about. I think I've uploaded like 10 series that you can actually check up on. Please do well to do that, and don't forget to share this video. Okay, so let's move on to our last pair for today, USDJPY. Okay, let's see beautiful structure that USDJPY is offering. So let me just ID join. Then let's go over to where the monthly time frame. I think for this, yeah, USDJPY looks clean. Okay, so we have what price coming into this fair value gap right here, then trading below. We have this inversion right here, this bullish fair value gap. That's what got disrespected. It automatically becomes what, an inversion. Okay, now where is price coming to? We have this low right here, which will be our sell side liquidity. Okay, and let's see what the price like we want to do. So on the weekly, let's see. Okay, so on the weekly we have price tapping into the weekly fair value gap right here, sweeping this zone right here, and you could see how price did what rejected. First this high, which is Monday, okay, or probably this high right here got swept and price traded okay below. Now we have this low right here as our sell side liquidity, and also this zone right here also as our sell side liquidity. Okay, so this I'm actually bearish on USDJPY. On the daily, let's see what we have. Clean price action. So we have this high right here, okay, being swept. We have this high right here being swept, okay. Then what happened on the 4 hours time frame? We have what? So we have this bullish fair value gap right here, okay, being inversed, okay, price traded up below it, and let's see the 4 hours time frame. So let me just show my joints, okay, over here. So inside this daily fair value inversion, price traded into it, then we see rejection break. This is what becomes a breaker, okay, in alignment with what fair value gap. So we have this 4 hours fair value gap. So I actually want to see price trade into it and then rejected, something like this. Okay, price coming into this, okay, probably go even probably higher, and then what trading downward to where access liquidity. Okay, so this right here is my whole anticipation on the forex market. Okay, so I think I don't want to go any more further. Let's end it here. So we've seen my bias, how I use ICT concept to frame biases from the higher time frame to the lower time frame, and how I actually frame these biases. Okay, using just liquidity sweep, sell side liquidity to buy side liquidity. How I use inversions, fair value gaps. I use market structure shift and change instead of delivery. Okay. If you want more of these videos, okay, making more, and you can just subscribe to this video and make sure you are actually following up. Okay. To get more of my posts, you can check me out on Twitter, X. Okay, and my handle is at the top right. Okay, so you can just check it out. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.